There are concerns about the number of police officers who are on sick leave. Police Minister Senzo Mchunu revealed in Parliament that 618 absent police officers had cost the service more than 130 million rand in 6 months in the 2023-2024 financial year. While critics have said that there should be no issue with taking care of officers on the job, the amount of money spent and the number of officers off sick is a problem. For some comment, let's speak now to SAPU's national negotiator and acting spokesperson, Jabulani Mabena. Mr. Mabena, good afternoon to you. Thanks very much for your time. It sounds like a huge figure, more than 600 officers on extended leave.
Thank you, Bravo, and afternoon to newsroom viewers. I think SAPU should be starting by welcoming and appreciating if the Minister of the Police has to really bring this issue to the table, because one should take, and it's common cause that the department itself of the police, it's a very traumatic environment or a workplace whereby the members encounter different scenes as they attend to their work on daily basis, whereby they come with a lot of trauma, Bravo, that they really need the intervention of debriefing, and not just a debriefing that won't complete the cycle, because you debrief me today, but tomorrow I'm going to see the very same scene. That can also be playing part on making the police to have really a lot of stress, Bravo.
Are there no programs like employee health and wellness programs that support a police in general?
There is Bravo, but what we also like to emphasize as SAP is to say, really, we do not have to applaud matters that are seen to be on a document but not really being implemented. Let's just also give a tip of an iceberg when we talk about the issue of the EHW within the South African police services. SAPU is making a call through the years and also following the entire processes of making use of our sectoral bargaining council to bring a position paper that speaks about still sticking on professionalizing the health professionals that are social workers within the South African police services, whereby they must not have ranks where it's expected that a junior member will be doing recommendation of most to be instructing the commander to say, you must treat warrant officer X with the following, and then later that is not being followed, because as far as the document will be presented to the senior officer, will be signed by a junior officer, in essence, meaning that junior officer will be instructing the junior officer, not necessarily instructing, but that person will be giving a professional advice that the person is within his or her right of practice to give such recommendations. And we see that through the years, such recommendations by social workers that are still under EHW with their ranks, they are not really get to be implemented expeditiously as it will be expected to really nip the problem before it can even perpetuate to what we are sitting with as per these numbers that are alleged or being said by the minister today, Bravo.
I mean, over the years, your union, together with others, of course, have complained about understaffing. How much of a contributor to this problem is that particular challenge?
And a simple factor, Bravo, our issue is to say, when we say, let's remove the ranks of these professionals that are social workers, that we go benchmark with private sector, where it says, we are losing these members to go to a private sector because our ranks goes with money. The money that can really, not that as a public sector, we can match really toe to toe with private sector, but of us removing the ranks from these social workers, really we can have a way of retaining the very same social workers to deal with the population of the police that we have, as to have a value for what they have to present, because you can't be really dealing with a volume of people being over embedded. That also challenges the quality of the work that you can really dispatch or perform towards with the aimed objective of really making sure that we get to have well employees within the South African police services, Bravo.
Are you making any progress, though? Does it feel like you're being listened to?
For now, one cannot really talk about progress because we are talking about a long-standing agenda at SSBC that needs to be interrogated by all parties to the SSBC as when we can really bring the change. One can just term it to be work in progress. And we also welcome the way management is approaching the matter to say, let's benchmark around the issues as to how can we get solutions. And Bravo, we're saying that we know what are the problems within the sector. So we just need to sit around the table and find solutions because we are here as labor also with solutions to say, how can we approach this problem going forward, Bravo?
But what is your sense, though? Is it an issue of resources? Is it an issue of those in charge not being sympathetic or listening to the issues that you are raising? Have you been able to put a finger on it?
It's a mix of all the factors, as you made mention, but to just give a glimpse of what exactly can be an issue. The community must also understand that the police are human beings like everybody. They're leaving their families as they go to a workplace. But giving an example of saying that Mr. Mabena will be coming from KZ and work in Gauteng for 30 years, when Mr. Mabena requests the employer to say, but can't I be transferred to KZN where I'm coming from? That simply means that that poor Mabena really needs to be transferred. But the transfer then will become an issue to an extent that Mr. Mabena then get to be very frustrated, even gaining a lot of stress to an extent that he will even thinking of resigning than instead of him being transferred from one province to another province. And also mentioning humanitarian grounds that can also be informing my application for the transfer, maybe to move to another province and the likes. And also having not to see employer following through on recommendations by EHW social workers where they will recommend to say, Mabena need to be transferred. As him being transferred takes maybe 3 months without any progress to that transfer. That remains to have me still challenge and furthermore to make me to stay away from going to work because it will be clear that I'm going to a very toxic work environment, that if I could have been afforded an opportunity to be granted that transfer, I could have went to my province and really get to recollect myself next to my family and all of those issues being taken into cognizance as then one can be getting to be refreshing. And with the support of EHW, if really their recommendations are there to be implemented, that can also be of a great help. Bravo.
Jabulani Mabena, let me thank you for your time. He is SAPO's national negotiator, but also its acting spokesperson. Minister Mchunu revealing that South African Police Service has spent 131.5 million on sick leave in the 2023-2024 financial year. Over 600 officers are on extended leave.